All right, welcome back. I am your host, Eric Levine, Two Cops, One Donut live podcast. I've already had a couple drinks, and we are going to be doing body cam live reviews. Today, I have my all-star law enforcement experienced people, Dominic Izzo from the Chicago area. How are you doing, sir? Feeding his face over there.
Doing fantastic. I'm hungry. How are you?
It's hard to keep all that, mass. That you got to have a lot of protein to be throwing up the weights you throw up.
Got a friggin' ass the size of a 400-pound black woman. I got to feed it all the time.
And as always, I've got one of my favorite people in the world here from the Suffering Podcast. Make sure you guys check that out. Kevin Donaldson. How are you doing, brother?
What's going on, guys? What's going on? I was just in Izzo's neck of the woods last February. It was past February. You got an interesting city there.
I'm 20 minutes outside it. I want nothing to do with it.
Where the heck was I? I wasn't in Chicago proper. I was in one of the suburbs up north. I can't remember where the hell I was.
Schaumburg is like is up north, the bigger one up here.
All I know is I was in a penthouse in this place that, Jesus, the penthouse is bigger than my house. And I thought I had a decent sized house.
Suburbs? Oh.
I got to get the name.
Evanston, all that stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably one of those villages, those affluent villages.
And all I wanted to see was like, where Dillinger where Dillinger was shot. That's all I wanted to see, where Gacy was, and the Home Alone house, all the touristy shit. But it was cool though. I had a good time.
That's right. The Home Alone house is out there.
It's, and here's the thing with the Home Alone house. I think Kevin McAllister was the poor kid on the street.
Really?
I'm almost positive. Oh yeah. It's like, yeah.
Interesting. Well, what's funny is somebody I saw a TikTok on this where they're like, what did Kevin's dad do for a living where he could afford a trip for not just his family, but his extended family, all paid expenses to France? It was
I will tell you the house looks much bigger on TV. I want to say it's maybe 3,000 square foot.
Really?
You can only see the front of it. Yeah, it's not as big as it looks on TV.
Oh, I thought that house was ginormous. I mean, 3,000 square feet is still pretty sizable, but like you said,
it's a nice house.
Yeah, when you see it on there. Tom Flynn, what's up, brother? So if you guys are not familiar with what we do on here, first and foremost, we chat, we bullshit, we sip adult beverages. Most of us do, not everybody, but I do every time. And tonight I'm drinking a little Smoke Wagon, the small batch from Smoke Wagon. I always give them shout outs. They're not a sponsor at all, but one day they will recognize me and I will get a sponsorship from Smoke Wagon. It's the only whiskey I drink. So what we do is we will take body cam footage that typically we've never seen. Sometimes we'll be like, oh, I've seen this one. And so we'll let the other people on the panel kind of discuss it and we'll step back because we know what's going to happen. But what makes this unique in what we do is we don't know what's going to happen and we pretend that we are the officers in the body cam. So while the body cam is going off and we'll pause it frequently, you, the audience, gets to participate and ask questions, give feedback, say, no, I don't agree, or yes, I do agree, or why didn't you do it this way? Or however you choose to take the path of how you're going to solve this call as it develops. So we're not Monday morning quarterbacking necessarily, unless we see something really fucked up. Typically, if we see something really messed up, then we'll chime in and be like, all right, that's not what you do. And here's why. So the point is to educate, give perspective from we probably have 100 years almost. Well, Izzo's got 100 years of law enforcement experience already. Look at his hair. And the rest of us, I've got 18. Kev, how much did you have?
14 when I retired.
14 when you retired. So between that and then, Izzo's, what do you got, Izzo?
No, I 01 to 19, done.
Okay, fair enough.
And I took some time off too, so no.
What are you eating?
Don't forget about that pesky time I was fired either.
That's true. I'm just curious. Cheese. Okay, I'm on the carnivore diet right now. Other than the whiskey,
and cheese is on there.
All right, I'm going to tell you something about how long you been on the carnivore diet.
So I did it for 30 days while I was on my military time. Took a little break. And now I'm going for another 30 days.
I hate to say this on air, but you can't trust any fart on the carnivore diet.
You're not wrong.
No, I am not wrong.
No, I know. Once you get past, well, for me, once I got past that 2-week window, then I started to go regularly. I had regular move.
A friend of mine from a nonprofit called Cops and Campers, a guy named Eric Reynolds.
Yeah, I know Eric.
All right, so Eric Reynolds, he's been on carnivore for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, he's the keto cop.
He's the keto cop. That's exactly right. And he's always trying to sway me back over. I was like, dude, I was just afraid I was going to shit my pants on a random day. That's the problem.
Ocean Girl's getting on me. I mean, this is the nicest possible way. Please don't use God's name in vain. Did we use
Ocean Girl? I'm with you 100%. I tell people whenever they use it too, I'll say piss, shit, fuck, cunt. Do not take my Lord and Savior's name in vain.
If I did that, I apologize. I'm not sure if I did or not.
It's probably
I got a reckless mouth. So I apologize if I did that. My bad. You're right. I mean, you're right. When you're right, you're right.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, before we get into the videos, giving updates, and guys, feel free. If you're listening, just know that Izzo's got his own show. Kevin's got his own show. So we're going to be plugging away, networking. That's what we do. So you guys go check out Izzo's stuff. Go check out Kev's stuff. And it's a good time. But for right now, the Two Cops, One Donut podcast, I have got Mark Lamb, America's Sheriff, on the hook for another episode. I've got Frank from Fridays with Frank and his possibly new sheriff. His last name is Teeple, which rhymes with people, from Pinell County. They're also both going to be on the show. So those are episodes to look forward to. And my latest episode, I had a former retired SWAT guy, Gribble. So make sure you guys check that one out. And then which donut brand? Oh, if I'm going to pick a donut brand, I'm going to go with Funky Town Donuts, which unless you are in the DFW area, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. But Funky Town Donuts, that's where it's at. Miter 999 was wanting to know. That's from one of y'all's too, by the way. We have linked up our YouTube channels together. So everybody's platform that's on this panel right now has the ability to put their people up here too. So Miter 999 is either from Izzo's following or from the Suffering podcast following.
From mine.
So Ocean Girl just pointed out that it was me who used the Lord's name in vain. And I shouldn't do that because, yes, I believe it or not, I am a deacon in my church.
Oh, so no.
Yeah, no, I shouldn't be
that just proves you're real. That just proves you're more real. And you know what? I would listen to anything you have to say because you're real. So good for you.
and you owned it.
I like it.
What am I going to say? If I said it, I said it.
Yeah. Listen, if we mess up, we mess up.
I can't undo 40 years of bad behavior just because I'm a man of God now.
True. Okay, so before we start doing the body cam stuff, I put out reels and shorts and stuff like that all the time. And some of them are for laughs, some of them for education, and some of them are to spark discussion. Well, one sparked a lot of discussion. So I am going to share that, and we're going to watch this one real quick. So as this pops up, gentlemen, we're going to watch this one. Okay, so let me give you a little background before we get to it. I wonder if I can pause it. There we go. So on this video, there was a traffic stop in a residential area. So cops are pulling this guy out. He has a gun. It caused it to last a lot longer than a normal traffic stop would because the guy had a gun and they had to put him under arrest, and it was this whole felony thing going on. So like any traffic stop that ends up turning into an arrest, it takes a minute. Well, while that's happening in the residential neighborhood, now the crowds are starting to gather. Well, the crowds gather across the street from the incident. So it's not even right next to the incident. It's across the street. And there's people running their mouth, fuck the police, whatever, leave him alone. He didn't do nothing wrong, whatever they got to say. It happens all over the country. It's not a unique situation for police. So, that's where this video kind of starts, and they get more officers there and they create a perimeter around the area just to prevent people from walking into the crime scene, so to speak, so they can effectively arrest and do whatever they got to do. Well, there's a canine officer on scene and he doesn't like what somebody's saying. So I'll let the video play from there. Video out, kind of controversial. Let me get into it real fast. There was a traffic stop in Canton, Ohio. Subject in that car was across the street from these people, and he had a gun. So as that guy was being arrested and going through that process, there were people across the street running their mouth to the cops while they were out there. Canine was on scene and they were trying to conduct some sort of crowd control to keep people back. I'll let you watch the video from here.
Say one more thing to the dog. You're about to call the cops. Go inside and go inside. Hey, he's under arrest. We're not calling the dog.
Oh shit, my bad. All right, new video out, kind of controversial.
Can't fast forward it. You gotta watch it again.
Let me get into it real fast. There was a traffic stop in Canton, Ohio. Subject in that car was across the street from these people.
It's so loud in my
and
ears.
he had a gun. So as that guy was being arrested and going through that process, there were people across the street running their mouth to the cops while they were out there. Canine was on scene and they were trying to conduct some sort of crowd control to keep people back. I'll let you watch the video from here.
Say one more thing to the dog. You're about to call the cops. Go inside and go inside. Hey, he's under arrest. We're not calling the dog. Done.
So I'm gonna pause it here. I for whatever reason, Instagram doesn't let you fast forward and go back and all that stuff. But one of the things I want to point out is when those first two officers come up, this guy is compliant. He's putting his hands behind his back, and you can literally see the officer guide his hands behind his back with zero resistance. People don't just let their hands come behind their back in this way. When that happens, third officer, the leg guy, comes in, and I still don't know why. I've watched this video 100 times. Two legs the guy and takes him down, which forces the other two officers to go with him. He is not cuffed yet. That's my opinion. I've paused it. I even created a picture that shows this guy's hands behind his back. I do not see cuffs, and they didn't use flex cuffs. So I am of the opinion that this man on the ground at this time is not handcuffed. So I'll keep playing. So he tells them, get off of him, get back. So he's telling the other officers, and I will even say at my own department, every department I've ever heard, what the canine officer says goes. Like, they run the show. That's the way this happens. And you hear him going through the loop of stop resisting, stop resisting, stop resisting. So I'll keep playing it. You tell me if he was resisting.
Stop resisting! Stop resisting! All right, cut him off. Stop resisting! Cut him off.
I'll tell you what I see. So we'll discuss that, gentlemen.
Can we talk about how that guy took the bite and wasn't freaking out?
And didn't move? I know.
That guy's
Unbelievable.
So with this guy's arms behind his back like that, what did he have the cuffs on at that time when the dog's biting him?
No.
It's hard.
That's what I'm saying. He kept his arms behind his back.
Oh, that's his own free will. He kept his arms behind his back. You're
Yes.
right, man. Whoa.
The amount of concentration that it had to take for him to keep his arms behind his back like that, unbelievable.
What did the guy say first? The canine officer said, keep talking to the dog and you're going in cuffs?
Yeah, keep taunting my dog and you're going to jail.
Taunting. Okay.
Taunting.
Okay.
Yeah. Which, I'm sorry, I don't know a law anywhere that says you can't yell at a dog.
Dogs are securely trained.
You can yell at us, and we can't really. You could say whatever you want to us.
Right. Now,
I got
here's
some
the
questions about this.
Here's the other thing. He's in his own yard.
I got some big questions about this one there. Did the officers see something that we can't see? Did he
Fair.
go for something? Did he dump drugs? Did he, and these are things we can't see on the camera. Because that would really be the only justification for doing what they did from what I see.
Right. But even if he did dump drugs, you've got zero resistance.
Yeah.
How do you justify the dog? I get putting him in cuffs.
But he's getting fired.
2024, and there's still fuckheads on the street. How do you do that? I don't get it. Really, you're on camera.
Someone's getting fired.
Oh,
Yeah.
Here's the problem. Termination's not enough. There needs to be, I'm sorry to say this, there needs to be criminal prosecution. People are really fucking tired of qualified immunity. It's the number one thing you hear all the time. And I was not, they passed me over for the canine unit. So I don't know what level of force the canine is. So Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
I think canine's considered just like an intermediate use of force because it's not a deadly force and it's not
like a baton or taser.
Correct. That's what my understanding is. And again, I've never been canine myself. But like Tom pointed out, I'll show his comment here again. Private property outside the crime scene that's established perimeter.
They went to him. They could have gone to him if he has a gun in the bushes. It's his house. They don't know it. They could do all that stuff.
Right.
Why? If you how many cops were on him total? The compliant gentleman?
Three.
Two on each leg, one up by the shoulders, hands behind his back. Where's he going to go?
Right. And they had him on the ground. I mean, they had him, his hands were behind his back. Why get up? Why disengage to allow the dog to bite? I'll tell you what I think. And I got Bellum Canine. That's a military buddy of mine. That's his business. I think he's out of the Houston area in Texas. So shout out to him. But I asked him on the Instagram post and pinned his comment up there because to me, he's an expert. He's been working canine for 15, 20 years. So I was like, hey, what do you see here? And what he said he saw was that officer wanted a live bite opportunity for his dog.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily a thing to punish. It wasn't a racism thing. It was to get his dog. He thought he had the opportunity to get a live bite, which the dogs don't get a whole lot. So he wanted his dog to get that experience.
Wow.
Which
I
is
had my gun for 19 years. I didn't want a live shooting experience. Maybe I'm stupid.
That's such a good point. Exactly. Just like when they tell you got to get tased so you know what it's like in case you tase somebody. Well, I don't get shot by my own gun.
That's the damn thing I said when they said we got to get pepper sprayed and tased. Why? Do I need to get shot to see how it feels?
Pepper spray is different because you've been on those calls. I got pepper sprayed way more than suspects got pepper sprayed.
Right? By your own people.
100%. By my own people, I got sprayed way more. But with this, because we've all been on calls like this guy said something that was so inflammatory to these officers. Now, there's going to be collateral fallout for this because the other officers, there should have been at least one level-headed guy saying, hey, stop. He's compliant. Stop. Stop. And there wasn't that there. And
that we know of. We might not have heard it.
You saw this with George Floyd. The guys who were there and didn't tell the guy to stop. Next thing you know, they're getting indicted and thrown in jail as well.
Yeah. And one of the things Izzo and I talked about offline is the importance of officers. Now, I'm a current officer. These two are retired. But it's important for us to just call out the bad stuff when we see it. It's harder for me because I got to walk a fine line. But this one was easier for me to talk through simply because I'm going off of what I see as far as resistance from the suspect and the use of force by the officers. So I'm kind of going down that use of force line. I'm not, they very well may have been justified due to their explanation of something they saw. But from what I see in the video, this is why it's not good, in my opinion.
Yeah. There were so many times I used to feel that I want to punish somebody, but the normal, rational, human side of me said, no, it's not your fucking job. Your job is to keep the peace and maintain order in a free society. No matter how much you want to choke this motherfucker off camera, you cannot do that. So control yourself. So many people just do not have impulse control.
Yeah. Miter 999 said, if the other cops intervene, there might be backlash internally, basically. And absolutely, that is a possibility.
But I'd rather take backlash from other officers than go to jail.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if I were to guess who's going to have a lot of explaining to do, it's going to be the officer that two-legged, and it's going to be the canine officer. I don't necessarily think the other two, because the other two walked up nice and easy, put his hands behind his back. They started to go into the cuffing process. And then for whatever reason, third officer did the two-leg, and then canine officer did what he did.
And what do? Let's play devil's advocate for a second. You're a canine officer. Kevin's on scene. Both of you guys got somebody, and I see something I don't like, and I go, no, you guys got to stop. And there's a group of people watching, right? So I'm pleading for the humanity's sake. No, man, don't let him bite. This is whatever. And then you guys saw something I didn't see. And then you look at me and go, fuckhead, you didn't see the gun. You didn't see this. You didn't see that. So, and then all of a sudden now, what I said, the crowd now has on camera, and it adds to their fuel for lawsuits and shit. So you're putting cops at a real shitty spot by saying, all right, I've got it. Like, how many times, and I'm not asking for people to admit this, but I will. How many times have we had that shithead, useless cop we work with? She goes hands on, and you're like, why are you fucking going hands on? And then because she did, you got to go hands on. The guy gets a thumping, and then afterwards you're like, I can't just not, I can't stop and go, dude, get your hands off him. You started shit. I got to finish it. So how much of a problem would it be for somebody on scene to go, no, Sarge, stop. Because, and you're like, you didn't see what I saw.
Right.
So it's a problem.
So here, I've actually had this situation before. It was a car chase. Car rammed one of our cars. And I knew the other officer. I knew he was going to, when we catch him, he's going to light him up. We do catch him. And the best way I could stop them from getting in too many bonus shots was put handcuffs on him. Like, that was my purpose. Okay, he's obviously ramped up, or he sees something I don't see. But if I get the cuffs on him quick enough, I can actually say out loud, cuffs are on, game over. Cuffs are on. So to answer your question, to reply to your statement, Izzo, it's here's how you stop that without getting backlash. You be the guy to step in there and get those cuffs on as quick as possible. Therefore, game over. And if those guys take bonus shots afterwards, that's on them. That's not on you.
And don't forget about still it's still today. It's got to be, if you're somebody who's got 2 months on and you're with seasoned guys, are you going to say shit? Or are you going to fear, all of a sudden they don't like me, they don't look at me, this and that stuff. It's like, right is right, but you're going to get screwed over no matter what. The cops who do say something, they're put in a shit spot. Yeah.
And I think the smaller the department, the harder it is. And those are the ones that typically make viral news. You know what I mean? It's lack of training. Not that it's their fault. It's just they can't afford. Oh, you got to prioritize with your budget.
We got to find somebody who can do some research on this one and find out exactly what's in the reports, why they did what they did, what's their prosecution. Because I just get the feeling from this, we're missing something. There's something there. For them to all pounce on him at once, there's something going on.
Yeah,
I could have known that he fought in the past. To be honest, for that guy to sit there, go down that complaint, put his hands behind the back, he's no stranger to that.
No.
He knows the process.
No. And if, more power to him. You baited them and they took the bait. Now you're going to get paid. He's going to get paid.
Yes, that's what they want. 30,000 here, 15,000 there, because departments, all they do is pay out. They do not fight shit.
Yeah.
That's how some people make a living.
Yeah, it is. Look at that dude, that First Amendment auditor guy.
Oh, God.
I think you posted him. Yes.
Yeah. Chili, I did a podcast with Chili. That's his profession. He goes out. He's a professional agitator. But now a little crybaby fucking cunt is in jail. Shut up.
Yep. Yeah. I don't mind First Amendment auditors. Why? Because they've made us better as police. There's training out for them now. So I'm all about it because it was somewhere we were lacking. So we got the training, and I think officers around the nation are getting better. Are there still officers that fall for it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I can't believe it to this day. Perry Limley said ghetto lottery. Yeah, that's a different way of putting it. So, all right, I'm gonna pull up another video, and this is another Instagram one that got a lot of controversy, and I'll kind of lay the background on this one. There was a bunch of people that did basically an apartment complex party crash. A lot of these apartment complexes have pools. People that aren't residents will go and they'll throw parties at the pool of an apartment they don't live at. So that's what happened here. They threw a party. They got kicked out and told to leave. For whatever reason, this person in the video came back because he had left some of his clothes. And when you are trespassed, when you're told you're not allowed to be here and you don't leave or you come back, you've got a criminal trespass warning and you come back, you are subject to arrest. So that's the educational background of this. The officers, they don't really have a choice. It's kind of out of their hands now. If you come back onto the property after told you're not allowed to be here, they have to put you under arrest. So that's what happened here. I don't know the buildup of this because all we see is once the fight is on. But basically this kid, he's 16 years old, but he's 300 pounds plus and swinging like a man. So let me click this guy on here.
All right, I'll attempt to break this down real quick.
Oh, he just fucking punched me.
Okay. So we already seen, this is how it starts out. Starts out hot. First controversy is this officer grabbing a hold of that kid's hair. And I want you to look at the size difference. That is a lot of man right there. Even though he's 16, that's a lot of person to handle. And he's got his back up against the wall. So he's already got kind of a tactical advantage. Where the head goes, the body goes. That's what I was taught in the police academy. I don't know about you guys, but you control the head, you control the body. So this officer's holding the hair, trying to control the body, trying to control the head so he can control where that body goes. And then you see some distraction strikes. We call them distraction strikes because Mike Tyson's got a famous quote that, you know, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. That's why cops will throw punches or throw open palm strikes or whatever, because we're trying to hit so you're distracted so we can move in and try to manipulate a joint and get you to the ground. Far officer, you can see he tries that twice to get a hold of the arm. So I'm going to keep playing. Then he gets tased, goes to the ground. You don't like it. And he's compliant. Now, the other part to notice is that let me switch over to this. Give it a second. There we go. The other thing that I noticed in this is the second officer that didn't do the tasing was very concerned about the crowd because he keeps turning himself around. So he's got to watch the crowd. They tried to throw some strikes, and the points that I pointed out when I posted this was they didn't just continuously beat him. They hit him maybe once, maybe twice, and then they were trying to grab an arm, trying to get him down to the ground. One guy's holding him by the hair. I mean, get in where you fit in. That's kind of the way that we roll as police. So does it look bad? Sure. Violence never looks good. Then when you add in the factor that he's a 16-year-old kid, sounds bad. Looks bad, sounds bad. But me as a control tactics instructor, I'm seeing the steps that we teach cops. You hit not to punish, but to distract. So we hit him. Boom. And then we went for risk control. Dude's 300 pounds up against the wall. Didn't work. Who didn't see that coming? And other people are like, well, why didn't he grab the legs and take him down?
Because he's 300 pounds.
And he's against the wall. That's why people in the UFC like to be up against the cage in occasions, because they don't want to be taken down. It's easier to take someone down up in the open. So they move him back. Then you see a guy that's grabbing the hair come in and throw this big, ugly haymaker. Listen, cops are not athletes. Not every one of us can punch and make it look good. Some of us can, but most of them can't. Yeah, and I know how to punch too. I've taken boxing. But so you can't, it looks even worse when it's just a big wild haymaker. And that's what that guy threw. It wasn't effective. I don't even know if it landed. And that's when the other officer was like, hey, I tried twice to go hands on, which is the lowest form of use of force other than verbal commands. So it goes hands, feet, fist, elbows. And then it goes taser, pepper spray, baton. So everybody got upset that he's throwing these wild haymakers and punches. And I'm like, that is the lowest form of use of force that we can have.
He couldn't get to that, but taser anyways while he's getting punches thrown at his head. What's he supposed to do?
Right.
Take some hits while you get the taser?
Well, I want you to watch the suspect's left hand. That's the first thing I saw. So the suspect's left hand is reaching. And whether that officer believes that he's trying to reach for his gun or whatever it may be, the suspect's left hand keeps reaching for the belt of the officer that's closest to the wall.
Okay. I'm going to play it again, but I'm going to have it on mute. This is when I was, for my department, I would watch blue teams and stuff like that and pass, judgment based on our training and stuff, if it was within policy and whatnot. So I loved watching it the first time muted because I'm only watching action. The suspect's actions, the officer's actions. I'm not hearing what's said. I'm not swayed by any, emotional commotion going on in the background. So the suspect's left hand, you said. Okay. See his left hand's flailing
Yeah,
out.
yeah. No. Yeah, he's grabbing.
Oh, yeah. He's grabbing. Yep.
He's
You're-
100% grabbing.
Damn, I never even noticed that. And then he's charging himself up like, let's go, let's go.
So whether he was actually trying to reach for his weapon or whether it's not, it's perceived by the officer that he was trying to do that. Therefore, game on.
You know,
Yeah, that's
I'm,
a good
I'm
point.
going to say this because I'm not employed anymore and I can. These are my words. It's not either the other two gentlemen's words here. This is culture. This is black culture. And we saw what happened to Mike Brown, another teenager, massive, grown man size. The black community's violence is insanely out of control. It's daily. And I would be terrified to be in that situation, especially if you're the backup officer, because at what point does a certain culture and community not want to hear any lawful legal explanations about why you could do X, Y, and Z because they're constantly fed by the powers that be and liberal Democrat cities that, everyone's out to get you. When do they snap? And when do they snap? And when do you go on a 2-on-1 situation that turns to a 50-on-2 situation? How soon? How soon till that happens? Because it's going to happen. And you see shit like this all the time.
I'll make the counter argument that I love to fall back on the sanctity of the full family. Is there a dad in the picture? Is there a mom and a dad together in the picture? And I think a lot of times when we don't have both of those roots, we get this type of behavior. And I don't know that race makes a difference in that. I just know that when you don't have dad in the house,
and we know from studies that 70+% of the urban black youth does not have 2-parent households. So you're seeing that it is a cultural thing. Is it white? White's going to have the problem, of course. Little whites are bastards too. But this is a black culture from urban Democrat cities issue, and it's out of control.
And I'm not even sure what city this was in. I didn't get this is the one I couldn't find the full story. I just found somebody else's breakdown and then the clip. So I took the clip and just went on the use of force itself to kind of discuss that and see where it went. But this Tom said something. Violation established, non-compliance initially. Physical force seems reasonable. Mechanical force also seems reasonable. Contact officer and cover officer acting appropriately.
This is Florida.
Really?
No, it's not a different one.
It's probably why it hasn't been.
Video of Lakeland.
Lakeland, Florida. Yeah, you're right. I did. I think I actually put that in there. Lakeland, Florida.
For you cops in Lakeland, Florida, you need to go to Justin Ock, Seafood Justin Ock, and Lakeland Wing Chun. Tell him I sent you.
What are the odds you know somebody there in that city?
I know the as my kung fu brother.
Really?
100%. Seafood Justin Ock.
Well, kung fu don't work, right?
What?
I want to get him going. Oh shit! Do you think you're Bruce Lee?
No, I hate. You don't know, dude. You don't know anything about. I hate Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee ruined Wing Chun. Bruce Lee studied Wing Chun for 3 years, came to America, bastardized it, taught shit he didn't know, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh look, this is Jeet Kune Do. It's crap." Bruce Lee. Oh, don't even get me started, man. Bruce Lee was not a fighter. He was an actor. He was a cha-cha dancer. He has 0 documented fights. Fuck, I'm done.
Damn.
I
don't be throwing shade on Bruce Lee, bro. He inspired a nation.
The big question is, could Bruce Lee beat up Chuck Norris? That's all I care about.
Nope, Chuck Norris
That's all I care about.
His ass.
Yeah,
that's all I care about.
Chuck's legit.
Chuck is the fan.
Shout out to Nat Noel. She is my admin for my group page on Facebook, and she does an excellent job. So she's on tonight, and I love giving props to people that help out the channel, even though they don't get paid to do so. Because Lord knows I don't get paid. Anyway, appreciate you, Nat. Thanks for joining. Let's see. Ocean Girl said, could this guy be drugged up too? Sheriff Grady, Judge Polk County, Lakeland, Florida. Oh, Lakeland, Florida is in Polk County. Oh, yeah, that is a badass sheriff out there. They don't play. Even if he is drugged up, it doesn't matter, in my opinion. You can say whatever the hell you want on your own property. You're outside of the perimeter. Doesn't matter what you say. Freedom of speech. And when you're on your own property, you know, your Fourth Amendment, First Amendment, all that stuff, it's enhanced. I don't even know another way to put it. It's enhanced. You can't be messed with on your own property for just speaking your mind. So, let's see here. Now, if you say, I'm going to pull out a gun and shoot you, well, that's a little different.
Yeah, you could release the dog for that.
Yeah. But I don't think that's what was said based on the reactions of the two officers that casually walked up and put his hands behind his back. Oh, Bruce Lee would get taken down to the shadow of Chuck Norris. Oh my God. That's such a good joke. I don't even think that's an original Chuck Norris joke right there. I don't think I've ever heard that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Damn.
He's just the world's most charismatic man at that time. That's it.
All right. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this show. We're going to pull up a video here. We're going to share this tab. We're going to biggie size this guy. Let's make sure we're in our full 1080p. All right, boys, let's go. Let's see. Again, we've never seen these videos. If we have, we'll call it out. This is from Police Activity. So shout out to Police Activity, Blue Cam, and there's one other one. If we see one of their videos, I give a shout out to them too. I like to give credit where we get these videos from. And with that being said, viewer discretion is advised, you know, obviously. So let's go.
Get out! Tires are flat!
All right. We started out hot. I don't know what happened, what we got going on, but I'm going to guess we had some sort of traffic accident because we got civilians just standing out in the road, and it looks like this person is not wanting to be stopped, and they're taking off. Right now, from what I see, boys, and you tell me if you agree, I've got a deadly force situation. The deadly force is on the table. Let's not move too fast, boys. Oh, wait. Maybe we had a jump out because I see a gun on the hip over here. This guy's giving me cop vibes anyway.
What state is this?
That's
if it's your state, if it's your state, everyone's carrying.
Yeah, it's not my state. That's not our plate.
Come on!
Oh, that's a hillbilly. They're all carrying.
It's definitely, yeah. Definitely Southern.
Dollar Tree. Well, you know what kind of neighborhood that is.
Okay, depending on your policy here, this person committed some sort of deadly conduct with that vehicle. So now everything's on the table for where I'm at. We don't have pit where I'm at, so you're just gonna chase this car till the wheels fall off. Hopefully, I would be trying to get Air 1 if you have that available to you. Not every department does. I'm fortunate. We do.
Look at the back window, guys. Look what's in that. Is that a person?
I don't know.
I'm trying to see through. I did see.
That's a reflection.
So I saw one person, the driver, saw the head move. She just backed up into the car. So I'm going to say again, that's more reason to keep chasing this thing till the wheels fall off. Peach County. I'm going to try to deflate the tires if I can. He's going for a window punch.
Yeah.
This is definitely not New Jersey.
So now if it's me, I'm going to go for positive control. I'm going to push my vehicle up against it to try to prevent it from being able to go anywhere. Oh, there you go, champ. Guys, don't punch windows. That's dumb.
How much of a hero would he have been if he punched right through it and it was like
right.
Legend.
Okay, fair enough, Izzo. Sometimes you got to go for the glory of the story.
Yeah, it would have been cool. I wish. But, you know.
Right.
Go!
I don't know if there's kids in the car or not. Are you telling me there is, Perry, that you know, or are you guessing? Ozark said that woman's crazy. That's an understatement. All right, you're clearing your intersections as you go because you're running code. Oh, she didn't even make it that far.
How do we know it's a she?
I'm going off what Perry said.
Women tend to drive like this. Flat tires.
Oh, the layup for you is up.
Now you're just biding your time. Oh, look at the citizen backing his car up. Perfect timing. Slick. I like it. We're not hearing a lot of radio traffic because there's no real movement. So there's plenty of units. I would have been the same way. I wouldn't have been on my radio. I would have been handling my business. A little too casual for me, considering what's going on. I don't know what the palm strike to the window is going to do. Even if you get through, you're going to jack up your arm. So
it's the Bruce Lee 1-inch punch.
Yeah,
you motherfucker. we also say, well, if you look at the title of the video, it says "woman with child in car rams multiple people in police cars." So,
there you go. So I'm a terrible cop. Attention to detail. I actually purposely try not to read those so I don't assume what's going to happen.
I got you.
Did they and this is I hate anything involved with cars because now all of a sudden it's like when you play devil's advocate on shit. Is she driving like this to cause an issue or to get away from police? Because lawyer or command staff, what are they going to say? You should have just let her go home. And you should have arrested her at home.
Yeah, if you've got her identified. It's a fair argument.
What have you done? Stop! Stop! I didn't do it.
It won't fit. It won't fit.
Because
We were
it
in
won't
all
fit.
fairness, she probably had to take a shit, which is totally understandable to drive that way.
Fair.
we
Yeah.
weren't allowed in
Code Brown.
Yeah, we did. Our policies didn't allow pursuits unless you got, permission from shift commander, and it was very rarely given. So the argument was, if there's 3 cars chasing her, and she goes driving into traffic and kills somebody or injures somebody, whatever, you're liable because they were trying to get away from you, not trying to cause harm or injury or damage or commit more crimes, but they're trying to get away from the police, and your agitation is what caused her or them to cause more damage.
That's a stupid ass way to think of it.
That's how it was.
That,
That was justification for why no vehicle pursuits.
oh my God.
The way the pursuit policy in New Jersey used to work is, and this is why I know it's not New Jersey, it's because you have to leave them an avenue of escape. It's kind of, you got to give them a getaway. So when they went bumper to bumper, they didn't really leave her an avenue of escape, and I think they would have been in violation of the Attorney General's guidelines in New Jersey.
Well, in the great state of Texas, I don't believe, at least from what I've seen, we don't have to do that necessarily. Now, if I know there's kids in the car, things of that nature, now it's like, it's a judgment call because I can't let the kids' lives be in danger. 2, you're trying to escape. Now, if the driver's identified, okay, I'm backing off. I'm not, when that driver's known, if I know who it is, then I'm going to back off. But if I don't know who they are and then the kids' lives are in danger because you're driving like a jackwagon, I got no choice.
Take it back to what you said in the beginning about deadly force. And this was, again, we were not allowed to shoot at fleeing vehicles. If you got a kid in the car, you shoot, you get a perfect Hollywood shot, goes right through her, between her eyes, severs her spinal cord, instant death. And she was just trying to get away. But then the car keeps going because now there's no body to put on the brake, put foot on the brake, and drives into traffic, kills other people, kills the car and kid inside. Now all of a sudden we're liable again. So
right.
yeah, vehicles, it sucked. We hated shit with vehicles.
Yeah. I don't agree, or I don't disagree. It's, and that's why each case needs to be, judged by itself, not according to everything else that's happened. Greg said, "Been there with a she."
Because Greg and I both know that if she was Asian, that she would, what I do, it would just be normal.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Said that, I could say whatever the fuck I want, especially if it's true.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I don't know why I keep inviting this guy on the show.
Wow.
Tell me where the lie is.
Izzo. Come on, man.
I said it, not them. I don't
I know.
represent the guests or the host of the show.
That's why I like having you on. I never know what you're going to say.
Do not represent Two Cops, One Donut or the
Right.
Suffolk podcast.
I never know what Izzo's going to say. It's what makes it fun. Oh, shit. All right. Let's get on to, well, is there anybody in the crowd here? I'm just looking. Greg said, I agree. Cuffs on, game over. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the way it is. That's the way it should be. When the cuffs go on, dust them off, get them any help they need, if they need medical, whatever it is. Because guys, at the end of the day in law enforcement, it's just business. And the business, Neil, the transaction is over once those cuffs go on. Now let's make sure they're good to go. Because it doesn't matter what comes out of their mouth afterwards. You've already won.
Now, on the flip side of this, this comes with report writing. Okay, so look, that's Georgia, by the way. So on the flip side of this, she is causing a clear public hazard where if she's willing to do that to a police car that has her lawfully stopped, then she would be willing to do that to a motoring civilian. Okay, right. So that would be the justification. Is if I was in this situation, I would have to articulate that very clearly in the report. In New Jersey, I can only speak for New Jersey. New Jersey for 2 years didn't allow chases at all. And all the criminals knew it. It was like bedlam. And then they opened it up, and sure enough, chases were on again.
Yeah, right now the big problem is motorcycles. Not only do all these motorcycles know that they're not going to be chased, they also know that they can make YouTube and Instagram and all this stuff now. Now they're getting clout and money, and
they are cocksuckers. They change their license plates. They have electronic faux license plates. They purposely looked at. I'm a motorcycle. I own 2 bikes, and they're assholes. They knock people's mirrors off on their cars.
Yep,
they're menaces. I hope every one of you. I hope every one of you out there who does this motorcycle shit for clout dies in a horrible car accident on the fucking roadway.
Jesus. Oh, I don't want anybody to die.
No, I do.
But I would love for you guys to get caught. It is becoming such a problem that this is what I've warned some of these motorcycle guys. I've told them, you are going to cause a new technology and a new form of policing to come out because of you specifically.
EMPs. It's going to be EMPs. You're going to think so? Well, I know so. There's technology. There's technology already being made that is going to be EMP based. Shot up. Really? 100%. It's already in the works.
Bro, can I get stock options early?
I'll talk to you afterwards.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, but then what happens when the criminals get a hold of it?
Ooh.
Same shit. Oh yeah, it's always they're going to use in the cop cars then too.
It's part of the game. Yeah. That's just the way it works. They're always ahead of us anyway. But yeah, the problem with these bikes, man, is you can't. And listen, I 100% for my motorcycle enthusiasts out there, I agree with you. 99% of your accidents aren't your fault. I would say it's somebody else. So you can be the best motorcyclist in the world. Somebody else is going to screw up your day. Does that justify you going and ripping someone's mirror off? No. What? Say it is a what?
Man, I ride a 1997 Honda Valkyrie. Big bike. I'm scared shitless if I look to my right or my left. And there's Mei Ling.
Oh, Jesus.
Shit.
Shouldn't have asked him, Kevin.
I don't give a fuck.
I shouldn't have got him going. He's on cheese right now, guys. He's been eating cheese. This is what happens when he starts eating cheese. He gets out of control.
Tell the truth is what happens.
Holy shit. Okay, let's go to the next video.
Family Guy wasn't wrong when they did their episode.
I know exactly what clip you're talking about too. Good luck, everybody else. All right, let's go to this next video. If I can get it to pop up here. Gold badges. What's up? Tom Smith in the house. Tom, we were talking about you earlier, brother.
I'm
Me,
sorry.
Kevin
I'm
Dawson.
sorry what I said.
Yeah,
I apologize. Now that he's here, I can't talk about him.
Yeah, we can't say it out loud. But
Oh my God, look at him with the War Games reference. Oh, that's Tom Flynn. The only winning move is not to play. Well done.
oh, War Games, great movie, by the way.
I wouldn't expect anything less than from that comment to come from Tom Flynn. I'm telling you now.
I like it.
And Tom, you know what I'm saying.
What was the name of the computer system?
Joshua.
That's what it was.
Nope. I'm sorry. Whopper, WOPR, was the name of the computer system. Joshua was what it was named after from Professor Falcon's kid that died.
Son. Yes. Man, look at you.
What's his name? He just died.
AI. It was the original AI.
It was the original AI. The computer itself took up like 3 rooms. It was so large.
Dabney Coleman just died too.
Oh, really?
90-something years old.
Okay. Let's watch this next video here.
Hey, ma'am. How you doing? Roll the window now. Hey, do you have your driver's license registration? Are you the RO of this vehicle? Can you state your name? Are you Alexandra? So
I can smell the alcohol.
Citrus County.
You're not allowed to stop me.
I am because.
Okay, so here we got a traffic stop. I like these type of windows personally on traffic stops. You can see another vehicle very well, see everything. So those are my concerns. As I'm looking, anytime I do a traffic stop, I'm looking to see hands. Once I got hands, everything else kind of falls into place. So
do you tell somebody that they have he said she had a warrant? Do you tell people that?
Not unless I have people there with me. I don't let people know that they're going to be under arrest until I'm going to try to get you out of the vehicle. And for those wondering, on a traffic stop, like, I can tell you to get out of the vehicle at any time. And there's 2 cases that allow me to get the driver and the passenger. Supreme Court cases that passed. Maryland v. Wilson and Pennsylvania versus Mims. Those are the 2 court cases that allow me to have legal authority on a traffic stop to get you out of the vehicle. So if I know that I've got a warrant that I'm going to have to deal with, and let's say my backup's a little farther away, I'm just going to have you step out of the vehicle. So I'm not going to tell you why you're behind the wheel in full control of the vehicle. Now, that I'm not judging this cop by any means. I mean, you could do this 100 times, and 100 times it works. Hey, you got a warrant and you just step out of the vehicle, you're under arrest. And they do. Great. But I've been burned doing that. And from being burned, I don't do that anymore. Now I get them out of the vehicle.
Or you could do what my mother-in-law did. Believe it or not, my mother-in-law was my dispatcher, and that's how I met my wife. I'm on a guy who's
holy Jerry Springer episode. Go ahead.
God, if this happened in Alabama, it would be perfect. This guy was gripping the wheel, that white knuckling of the wheel, so he wasn't friendly anyway, and I'm the only one there, and over the radio, he has a warrant, and I look at the guy, and I'm like, I swear to God, and that was my mother-in-law.
Was that was that before earpieces?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
that was.
I look at the guy straight in the eye, and I go, "Hey, did you hear that?" And he looks at me and goes, "Uh-huh." And I go, "What are we going to do now?" And thankfully, the guy was compliant.
That same thing happened to me as a rookie. I didn't have earpieces, and I had to watch the guy on the couch while the three of my are outside. And over there, I'm like, "Yeah, he's 1099. He's got a warrant." I'm like, "Oh, that's why they all wear those earpieces." Shit. I found that one out the hard way.
Yeah. Earpieces are a must. It drives me insane to see an officer still working off of an open mic. I'm like, what? Technology, not only is it cheaper, it's not like it's breaking your bank, but geez, officer safety. It is an officer safety thing all day long. You should have an earpiece.
Well, officer safety starts with not having your mother-in-law as your dispatcher. That's officer safety number one.
Yeah, that hurts because I get it. Sometimes when you're emotionally invested, you make an emotional response too. So
I think she was just trying to get me killed. Listen, it would have been a win for her.
Damn. I got to give a shout out to Steve Wallace, guys. Steve Wallace, if I'm correct, Steve has never missed a single live that I have. And you guys know how I do these. They're random. I don't give a lot of notice because I'm a cop. I can't, my schedule's so fucked up. I can't ever like, hey, every Tuesday night at this time we can have a live. I can't do that. And Steve has never missed one. I don't believe
you, Steve.
Yeah, Steve, I appreciate you too, brother. It's great.
Give, Ozark Moon corrected us all. Hal was the original guy.
Oh, really? I don't know what that's.
Yes, Ozark Moon is correct.
You don't know what that 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Oh, I'm sorry. My brain wasn't flying. You know where I was going with it? I was thinking Johnny Five.
Yeah.
No, disassemble Johnny Five. That's where my brain started going. I'm like, I don't
Best
remember how.
and most racist acting job by Fisher Stevens.
Fisher Stevens. Yep, Fisher Stevens.
Such a great movie, though, man. It inspired me as a kid. I was like, I need to make robots. Oh, shit. All right, let's keep going with this video, see where it leads to.
You match the description of a wanted fugitive, okay?
Oh, that is a
God.
rookie move, bro. Don't do that. Okay, listen.
You're gone.
Yeah, okay. So if it is a wanted fugitive, that means that this person was unable to be wrangled by normal means. That's the way I look at it. So I am not telling you are a wanted fugitive while you're in control of a vehicle. That's not going to happen.
Ozark Moon, our dispatchers did the same thing. It was.
Are you 1012? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's and I never know what to say
11,
when they ask me that.
11. They would say our dispatchers were 1111, so they would queue up 9513, 9513, 1111. Then you would step away and go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I always would get confused. So they'd be like, "Are you 1012?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, I didn't know how to answer it properly. So finally, I was just like, they're like, "Are you 1012?" And I'm like, I would either say, "Yeah, go ahead with your message," or I would say, "Give me 1 second," because I didn't know how to answer. I'm a plain language guy. I don't like the codes unless it's like
CPD doesn't do 10 codes. They you ever listen to some of their audio? That's a comedy in itself.
Yeah. Did you guys do plain language, Kev?
No, we used 10 codes, but my goal, especially when I was trying to piss people off, was to use every single 10 code that was out there. So there was a 10 code, and I still remember it was 1077. And I would sit there and I would say, "Yeah, I'm 1077." And you would hear a pause. Okay.
They got to look it up.
Whoever was on the desk looking it up, and it was just me getting gas. That's all that meant. That was my goal, was to use every single 10 code out there and make up a couple. And I would throw in a random one that doesn't exist and just watch them struggle.
Oh shit. I don't have a pen with me. Okay. Don't let me forget. Just remind me, officer in the back seat, because I want to do that next. It's just going to be a talking point. Yeah. Okay. You know what I'm talking about.
How they still do that.
So remind me after this video is done. Let's keep going.
So they just confirmed she's wanted out of Citrus County, in-state pickup out of Florida.
That vehicle's still on.
Don't you do it.
Yes, we knew.
St. John, she's taking off.
All right.
Okay.
So you identified her. She's not violent. Well, I don't know. Even if the warrant is for her shooting up a school, I mean, shit, you identified her. Follow her, man. Do what you got to do until she runs out of gas or goes home.
Yeah. For us, where I'm at, because we know who she is, we've got her positively ID'd. Can't chase.
Yeah.
Unless it's a violent felony that they're wanted for.
Is it still? It was Tennessee versus Garner was the original fleeing felon, correct?
Right. The shot in the back.
Is it still? Because in Illinois, you could not engage a fleeing felon unless it was one of those 15 charges. Is that the same thing now, or is that changed? I'm
not sure. I'm actually looking it up.
It's Illinois, but I don't know if that's, I don't know if that goes nationwide then.
I'm not seeing anything on a Google search if there's an update, like a change. So,
because that was Tennessee versus Garner was the original use of force standard. Then it became the orange juice case.
Right.
Fuck. What the hell was it?
Are you asking which one was the orange juice case?
Yeah, what's the standard for use of force cases now? The guy goes, he has a diabetic, he goes looking for orange juice. comes out.
Graham versus Connor.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Graham versus Connor. That's what that was. So, all right, let's see where this goes. So, obviously, if I'm going to act as though I'm the officer, gonna jump in my vehicle, give a description of the female and the vehicle, the direction. If we've got Air One, which is referring to helicopters, or some places have airplanes, single engine. Oh, looks like we're gonna have a pit. That looks like a state trooper. Bad spot to pit.
Pit complete.
I lost my mouse. Where's it at? I want to point out real quick with pit, and I have been trained in pit. One of the things that you have to be cognizant of is other vehicles. When I go to pit, where is this vehicle going to go? Where's my vehicle going to go if I lose control? And then knowing where other vehicles are. So I would say it's awfully ballsy to pit where he did, but apparently it worked out. And the statey's all wrapped around. That is all state trooper cars. I don't know what state this is. Florida. Oh, okay. It's
Good training video. Good training video. Shut
Florida?
your mouth. Don't tell them.
Florida has some great. They probably have one of the top 5 trooper cars, by the way, in my opinion. If you haven't seen them,
Worst one is still Michigan.
Michigan's got the best, and that's where I'm from. The Blue
What?
Goose.
With the bubble on top still.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Iconic, baby.
Now it's a strobe.
Iconic.
I've
love it.
always want to know, why does Michigan have those like the rumble strips in the street for miles and miles and miles and miles?
Because we have the worst streets in the nation, so why not make them worse?
All right.
I'm telling you, honestly. I mean, just with the weather alone and the snow and the the ice trucks and stuff like that, the snow trucks that go around and the salt trucks. Michigan has the worst roads. They have no money. So the roads are always terrible and they're always under construction. So
see, now if Rashida Tlaib would pay attention to her state instead of what's going on 6,000 miles away, shit might get done.
Oh, Michigan's been nothing but corrupt politics for as long as I can remember. When they chased out all the automotive industry, it just created a black hole of power, and now it's crime ridden. That's why I left. I mean, when the city of Pontiac, when their police department just went bankrupt and they overnight disbanded their police department, that was the writing on the wall for me. I got out simply because of Pontiac. And that's where the Silver Dome was. That's where the Lions played.
That's where Hulk Hogan slammed Andre the Giant.
The Giant, yes, absolutely.
Oh,
so
if I was in a place where the Lions played too, I might vacate the area.
Hey, come on, man! Somebody's got to love them.
Yeah,
somebody's got to love them. I'm diehard, man. I love my Lions. I love my Pistons. I love my Tigers. I definitely love my Red Wings. I'm a hockey fan more than anything. So goes Red Wings and Tigers are probably tied. You guys always see me wearing a Tigers hat. Even though these Texas people where I'm at, they get upset. They're like, that's not Dallas. And I'm like, you're damn right. That's the Detroit Tigers, baby.
I always thought Texas was cool, and I keep forgetting that Dallas is in the middle of it. So
I know, right? Right. Okay. So we got to the end of this. I want to get to, and we'll go back to us here. Give it a second. And okay, I'm going to put this video out tomorrow. It's not going out tonight, but it's going to go out tomorrow. But I want to get a head start on it. There's a video of an officer transporting a female prisoner to jail. And she gives the whole DTF vibe, actually says it. And this dumbass officer decides to pull over and try to get lucky with his prisoner and gets locked in the back seat with this female. So on the educational side, you guys know my podcast. I'm about the education. I want to kind of fill you in and give you an inside look of what happens when we transport a prisoner. Male, female, it doesn't matter, but we definitely make a distinction on the air. We always, when we're about to transport somebody, hey, I'll be transporting one white male or one white female or one black male, whatever it is. be transporting a black male to the jail, starting mileage, whatever your starting mileage is. Show me en route. Boom. Okay. Dispatcher's like, roger that. So if I have to stop en route, guess what else I do? Hey, King 720, I got to stop en route. I am at such and such location. Here's my mileage. I got a combative person. She's kicking my windows out. Whatever it is. You do not stop and not give an update of what happens. So this person, when you guys see this video, this kid decides to test his luck, stops the vehicle, which is GPS not only on the car, there's GPS on your body camera, there's GPS on the in-car computer, all of this shit. He stops his car. He doesn't call out. He gets in the back seat, gets locked in there with the prisoner, and then 10, 15 minutes later has to call out in the air, hey, I'm stuck in the back seat of my car with my prisoner at such and such location. You're fucked, buddy.
Did he at least get laid or get something?
It didn't appear that that's what happened because when another officer comes to let him out, and I give this officer props. He had his body cam going. He talked professionally. He did not say like anything that leads to that he would try to cover for this guy. And
no, that's oh, fuck that.
Yeah. And I'm, there's that whole thin blue line and that,
yeah, but that's saying, the badge may get you women, but the women are going to get your badges.
Yes. So I am very happy with the way that the officers that responded, the way that they did respond very professionally. And, I'm not going to say yes or no, but from what I know and what I see, nothing justifies him doing what he did. And it's my belief that he's going to get shit canned.
I think he already has.
Good.
Oh, did he? Okay.
I the story I read, because I did read this story, but here's the thing, and I think you'll both agree with this. I actually love it when a cop who's doing something unethical gets caught doing something unethical. All right, because that puts a black mark on the rest of us who are trying our best to do the best that we could.
Right.
And I'm not saying we all made mistakes in our career, but they were made with the best intentions, whatever they were. So when you have somebody that's doing something that's fucked up, well, guess what? Good for you. I'm glad you got caught, you dumbass, because you could ruin it for everybody.
Right. My mom texts me, Izzo.
Yeah.
From your question. She must be watching. She goes, rumble strips are for safety, Eric Anthony. Like it's wake you up if you're veering off of your lane or off the roadway. It's been that way for years, ever since Michigan started putting them on our highways.
I wish I'd known your mom was watching. I would have watched my mouth a little bit better.
So she got me good. David Hardy. Yo, Georgia Trooper cars are the best, to be honest. But hey, Georgia State Troopers cars are badass, and Georgia State Troopers are iconically. They don't give a fuck. They are.
I got pulled over. I went to go speak with Mike the cop over at Lansing in like 2016. I think we were there, and I got pulled over by a Michigan State Trooper. He didn't care I was a cop, but he was very professional at the same time too.
Yeah. Tom Flynn said mistakes of the head versus mistakes of the heart. Yeah, that's probably what happened. It was a mistake of the heart. And my favorite part in the video, he's like, "Don't talk like that. You got a boyfriend, remember?"
Good for him. Good for him.
And what
I hope he gets laid in prison.
I'll go to bat for him. I did stupid shit. I never did anything on duty. I wound up. Oh God, it was horrible. I'll admit this. I was 27. She was a 19-year-old stripper. It was not on a call. It was in passing, but I was on duty. Fucked my life up for that 6 months. I have flirted professionally with the women that you'd see on traffic. I never crossed that fucking line, but I could see how easy it would to be. But that was before body cams. That was before every car had a squad camera in it. And then right when that shit started coming, it was you really, they're watching you 24/7. And then when you started to realize you have no reasonable expectation of privacy in the police department or in the squad car. It could be
But-
audioed 24/7.
Yep.
But I'll be honest with you. So I came along before MVRs, before even MVRs. And when we got MVRs, everybody's scared shitless. They're going to jam us up. They're going to those
Explain
MVRs.
to people. Explain to people what those are.
So those are the dash cams, mobile video recorders. Okay, they were the dash cams, and it was hooked to something in the trunk, and then it went to digital download. When you got close to headquarters, it downloaded automatically.
Yeah.
So when we used to transport people, I used to take my MVR and turn it
Turn it
around towards the back.
Yep.
All right, just to cover my ass. Those things got me out of more false allegations than anything else. So if you're a good cop, you're going to continue to be a good cop, and they're going to make you a better cop, because now all of a sudden it's not just he said, she said, it's I said, you said, and the MVR is going to tell the truth. So
Yep.
How much did that like pressure you more to doing shit? Like, were you, I'm not asking you to expose anything, but I did, right? I armor-alled the back of my seat because we never, before policy came out, you never had a seat buckle passenger in. And yeah, maybe sometimes when somebody was an asshole, you took a turn a little bit wide, knowing that the armor all in the seat would cause them to go boom into the door. But as time goes on and I fucking and I woke up, it's
Squirrel.
like, yeah, it's like, dude, you know what? This shit is you really need to be more professional. And I have no problem admitting that, because again, as a stupid young guy, how much of that did influence you to forge or pressure your maturity on the job?
Well, I will emphatically say I have never given anybody a waffle job. And if you believe that, I got some land to sell you in Alaska. But so yes, there's certain things that you can do within the confines of the law where if somebody's being a jerk, they kind of do their own thing. If somebody's being combative, you throw them in the back seat, no seatbelt, whatever it is. And yes, you hit on the brakes too fast. Yes, absolutely. Have I ever done that to somebody who was compliant, congenial, just to be a dick? Absolutely not. 100%. But they were the bonus shots, you know. We used to learn bonus shots in the police academy. You know, you bring somebody down, like you could do it right on camera. And that was always the problem I had with the George Floyd thing. It's like, I could hurt you and be right on camera, and it's perfectly within the confines of the law. You know, you fall down with a knee right in their kidneys. Well, you know, they're struggling. What else are you going to do? I got to get the handcuffs on. But you do it purposely, of course. You do it just to wake them up and say, hey, look, I can do this too. So just comply.
It changes their state. You're not doing it to punish them. You're doing it to change their state to comply.
Correct. So it didn't change really what I did. It actually gave me more confidence because, you know, listen, you got a boss who is going to believe whatever the citizen says, no matter what they say. Now, the problem in New Jersey, because I had this one particular incident where I pulled over a guy and he said in a written report, I told him to go back to Egypt. His name wasn't Tutankhamun. I had no idea he was from Egypt.
Good historical reference, by the way.
Right. I had no idea. I treated him fairly. He got a ticket, whatever it was. He comes in. Now, mind you, it's all on video. Comes in, writes a report. So he's got a signed document. He falsified a document. They asked him when he said it, at what point in the stop said it, boom, boom, boom. Followed it up with a recorded phone call. They interviewed him. So they had him on 3 separate legal documents stating this false allegation. Do you know the prosecutor's office still would not prosecute him because they don't want to deter witnesses from making allegations against police. It was the most ridiculous thing.
It's okay to make up bullshit, though, and possibly cost somebody their career.
I was so that MVR in that case right there, that MVR just saved me from a lot of headache.
Dude, this Izzo, that fly I was telling you about, he's still plaguing me, dude. Drive me insane. It's not like a regular fly. It's like a little fruit fly. Fucker.
Hey, you leave Pride Month out of this. You guys can find me on YouTube and everywhere else since I won't be asked back on again.
Oh, you'll definitely be asked back on, sir. You know better than that. There he is. But Izzo, tell him your I don't know what to call it. Your little spiel that you always give about your show.
What?
That you're I don't know. I don't know how it goes. You always say that you're like an asshole, basically.
Well, I am.
Yeah, you say you're you hurt people's feelings and all. You say you have a little spiel that you give.
I do?
Yes. You have a slogan.
No, the premise for the show is we cover everything from politics to porn, but at the end of the show, it's always, go out and try to do something for somebody, help somebody today, and if you can't help them, don't be a fucking cunt and hurt them.
There you go. All right, let's go to the next video. I think we've. Oh, this one's got a viewer discretion advised. So, and this one is from. We'll find out here in a second. Share this stat. I swear to God, this fly is gonna. You're gonna say some bad stuff.
20.
Hello?
15, 0,
I can hear you. What's the emergency?
3 seconds.
It's a Caucasian man that's walking down Ingalls and Beijing on this point with an AK-47 dressed in an armed military suit.
15,
Holy shit.
0, 9,
In a camo skirt? Do you mean like camouflage?
Yeah, camouflage.
Okay, what
Yeah.
street is he on?
He's on Ingalls and
0, 9, and 53
he's past Ingalls and Armstrong.
Okay, and which direction is he walking on Ingalls?
He walking towards Double Rock, like towards Alter and Gilman.
3 seconds.
That way.
And you said he's walking towards Double Rock?
Yes.
Okay. How old does he look?
We look about his 40s,
13
mid-40s,
seconds.
early 50s.
Okay, 40s, about how tall?
Tall, about 5'8", 5'9".
Thin, medium, or heavy?
May 23,
Skinny.
2024.
What color top is he wearing?
10 and
So top wearing,
23 seconds.
it's all camel green.
Camo top and skirt?
Shirt, yeah.
I'm gonna fast forward it a little bit.
Okay,
He's all
we're
by him.
Something I want to point out. It gets very frustrating when you hear 911 calls because you hear all these questions. Just know this person taking the call, and this is something that a lot of people don't understand with dispatch. There's call takers and then there's the dispatcher. The call taker is already pushing this information. As soon as they're getting it, it's going to a dispatcher. The dispatcher is pushing that out to an officer. It is not, let me get all this information and then give it to the dispatcher. And then the dispatch, this is already going out. The officer's already en route, knows what's going on. Well, hopefully en route, unless they're all tied up. But that's how this typically, what's that?
In the back of a squad car.
I got locked back there. I was trying to adjust her belt. So that's how these go. I don't want people to think that, because it does. It gets irritating. You're like, just dispatch the call. That's not how this is going. It's already been dispatched, I promise.
Responding to Ingalls and Armstrong. They're going to check the area.
15,
Okay.
11,
All right, thank you for calling.
13 seconds.
Now, me personally, I would have asked this caller to stay on the line because of the gravity of what was just, described.
The daytime, are you going lights and siren?
This
It
call,
depends. If lunch is coming up, I'm going lights and sirens.
Are you going? I'll be more specific. It's daytime. Somebody's walking the street, allegedly with an AK-47, which imagine the caller knows. So we're going to err on the side of caution that this it's true. Do you want to give up your position by going?
No. I very rarely on any call use my lights and sirens. I will tell you the one that I use it the most on is it a fight in progress call around the bar district.
And tell everybody why you do that.
I turn my lights and sirens on, so when I show up, they disperse before I ever get there.
100%.
Because
That's where you want them to run.
Because I guarantee 99% of the time it's a mutual fight. They both were in on the cause of it. It's not a victim getting, stomped. That's
Waste of time and paperwork.
Yep. So is what it is. Now, there is other methods of using your lights and sirens. If I've got a burglary in progress call and I believe that person's still inside, I will dump my partner out if I'm riding 2-man, or I will tell my partner, hey, swing around back. I'm going to turn lights and sirens on when I start getting close towards the front. Because now I'm hoping, this goes into a little experience, guys, but I'm hoping my lights and sirens out front force that guy out to the back right towards my partner who's lying in wait.
Hope to God your partner's good.
Oh yeah, my partner. Any partner I have,
I believe
they're golden.
that. That's a stupid statement on my end. You're right.
Yeah. Then now here's the thing: if I don't have the trust in my partner, I will tell him that's his role. You go to the front, you push him, and I'll be in the back. So it just depends.
Last side right there? Yeah.
Did that guy have
That's
a
a
gun?
two-man car.
Okay.
He has a gun?
Right there on the left side.
Okay.
Okay, so now they're asking other independent witnesses, does that guy have a gun? And that's awesome. They must have saw those people looking or pointing or something and decided to ask them. I ask, when I get to the scene and get close, I start asking everybody that I don't think's involved but may have seen. I will ask them stuff. Guys, witnesses, citizens that are around, they may not want to help 100%, but if you ask them direct questions, they'll typically give you a direct answer that helps you out.
All right, we have the subject. He's going to be walking westbound on Carroll, approaching Jennings. He's going to be on the south sidewalk. Watch out, there's a guy right there.
Walking westbound Carroll on San Francisco police.
Watch out.
I'm not doing that.
No.
And if I think you got an AK, I'm not. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to unask my vehicle. I'm not getting trapped in that thing.
If that it's a wide open street and he sees it or whatnot, he sees you coming up there, and circumstances dictate tactics. If he puts the barrel up on you, it's head down, hit the gas pedal.
Yeah,
Use a 3,000-pound impact weapon. I'm not getting a gunfight.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'm going to use my vehicle as a weapon. It depends on how close they are. We don't know how close these guys are to him, but holy shit, I'm not going to start announcing myself if he didn't see me.
Watch out.
Sir, turn around.
Watch out.
Unask the vehicle. Get your gun out. Get your rifle if you have one. I'm not going into a rifle fight with a pistol.
Watch out. Is that a rifle? I can't. It looks like a fucking.
That doesn't look like.
Watch out.
Draw more attention to yourself.
No.
No?
Nope.
It's not a rifle?
Yeah. Hey guys, it might be a crossbow. Watch out.
That's
Medieval.
worse. That'll go right through your fucking body armor.
Watch out. I think I can go through armor. Careful.
Yeah, it will.
Good call. They definitely can go through armor for sure. Now with a crossbow, you got one shot. So, will it go through a windshield? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. We'll go through a windshield. I would even venture to say it might go through a door panel. How cool would it be, guys, to say that you had a crossbow injury, though, in the line of duty?
Go right to your chest.
I'm saying, assuming you live, how cool would it be to brag? Yeah. In that scar there.
The guy who punched out the window, that didn't happen.
Yeah, that scar there, that's from a bolt. A bolt of lightning? No, crossbow bolt.
So wait, why was this guy announcing as president if there's officers already on scene?
Drop
like that?
the cross.
So the area. So we were talking. You were saying somebody was saying earlier that you would have got your ass out of the seat. You would have got behind cover, but there's officers already on scene. So
right.
Why did he announce it? Was he the one that announced his presence, or one of these guys announced his presence?
It sounded like it.
This.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm assuming they were both coming down that street and hitting that Y at the same time, and that's my guess. I'm speculating.
If he's giving orders, maybe he's seniority.
Okay, now here's where the trap typically happens. We're going to yell out commands. Drop the crossbow. How many times are we going to yell it? I want to take a guess right now that this guy's going to say drop the crossbow like 15 times.
Ask, tell, make.
Yeah, I'm about the ask, tell, make myself. So if you're wondering what ask, tell, make is, it's exactly what it sounds like. But for some that don't understand, you're not in this lifestyle. I get it. So ask, hey, sir, put the crossbow down for me, please. You don't do it. Now I'm going to tell you, put the crossbow down. And then if you still don't do it, now I'm going to make you. And that's going to be through taser, baton. In this instance, I'm keeping my distance. I'm not getting close to this dude. So if I can use a beanbag round or a 40 millimeter foam round or what else do we have? Do we have any other distance weapons? Maybe a taser? Maybe.
9mm, 40 millimeter, or 40
45?
caliber, 45 caliber.
Yeah.
It's Go ahead, Dad, please.
I don't understand why that's not even a question in my mind. He's got a deadly weapon in his hand. The minute he raises that up, you're more than justified to use deadly force in at least 50 states. I don't know about California, maybe 49 states in the union. So
You also see it as a problem where they save the day, and the ending's already spoiled by saying officers use non-lethal weapons to shoot man with armed with crossbow. Do you see it as a problem where now the media is going to praise the cops, or the politicians going to praise the cops, say, "Oh, they used less lethal," and fuck, if it's a taser, I'm just gonna bash my head against the wall. But if they use a less lethal shotgun, now all of a sudden, well, they could do that. That's the standard. That's what you need to do. And now they're going to sit there and say, okay, well, now we're going to add in a level of force to where, yeah, you have to announce your presence. No, I don't. I don't have to ask. I don't have to tell. I just show up. And if I see him raise it up in my direction, I can light him up. But now let's add it. No, try the taser first. Do you see that as being a problem?
What de-escalation did you try to use?
God.
Listen, de-escalation is not a mandatory step.
This is
my actions are based on the subject's actions. If there's time for de-escalation, I'll try.
For now it is. I don't know if you've ever done research into PERF, Police Executive Research Forum. They have been since 2014. They have been trying to change the standard of use of force from objectively reasonable through the eyes of a peace officer to proportionality through the eyes of the citizens.
Yep. Nope. It's good luck with that.
I will start using less than lethal ammunition as soon as the criminals do.
Right? Yeah. All right. Let's see where this goes.
All right, let's keep walking. Mobile. Yeah, hey, zoom on. You stay behind. You stay outside the car and just walk behind me.
I like it. Taking command, giving very clear, concise instructions. This is good. That doesn't happen often, guys.
No, stay outside the car. Walk. Hey, guys, we're going to do a roving barricade.
I don't like that. You better have trigger control.
I think he just left his boy behind, though. Took off pretty quick. Got somebody loud hailing.
Drop the crossbow. Red light, less lethal.
This is where it gets complicated because you got a lot of people on scene who takes control. I'm a belief that only one person talks and tries to establish a rapport. Everybody else, shut your fucking mouths. Don't talk. Let me lead. This guy seems like he's the boss. Like, he seems like he might be the senior guy. I don't know which one of you guys pointed that out, but he definitely seems like the senior guy. He knows what he's doing. Let him talk. Looks like we got a less lethal beanbag round or shotgun. I don't know if that's a beanbag or not. Yeah, it's a beanbag.
If he points that thing.
That's it.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Fired too.
Now! I'm on your left side here. If he points that thing.
Yeah, he leveled the weapon. He hip leveled that weapon. You can't wait for him to turn. I don't disagree with that.
No.
So Eric, I got a question for you. So I have no experience with less than lethal ammunition.
Okay.
And is the burden of the use of force continuum different when you use less than lethal ammunition, such as, you or somebody else's life has to be in imminent danger of death in order for you to use deadly force, right?
Right.
So when you have less than lethal ammunition, is that burden at a lower level, or is it the same criteria?
It is a lower level. So from my understanding, if I'm getting your question, I'm perceiving what you're saying correctly. As long as this person is not presenting a deadly threat, then I can't use deadly force, right? So right. If feet, hands, fist, elbows is not going to work, And this guy's escalated the situation. Like, this is automatically a deadly force situation simply because of him holding a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Just like if you were to be holding a knife, even though that's not a range weapon, that's a deadly force situation. If you were to be holding a hammer, same thing as if he's holding a crossbow. That's a deadly force situation. So everything up to your firearm is allowed. So in this situation, yeah, you've got time and distance. So if you can use less than lethal, try it. We're always trying to use that versus deadly force, but I can't. That guy leveled that weapon. It was pointed down on the ground, and he brought it up to a level position. It only takes him a millisecond to turn and let it go. I'm not taking that chance. I'm going home. Going home at the end of the night. And I'm not going to let somebody else possibly take a round.
I don't know why they bought the less lethal out in the first place.
I think having the less lethal is always, because what if you convince the guy to put it on the ground, but he wants to stand next to it? I'm okay with less lethal. Fucking fly.
I have to agree with Izzo on this one. When you start that going down that road, it's a really dangerous situation. I think that's not going to end well for most people.
Right. And I'm only going, like, if it's me and another officer, there's no less lethal.
No, we've seen that happen.
But if it's me and 5 officers, okay, one of you, if you feel comfortable, I'm not forcing you. If one of you guys feel comfortable, try less lethal.
Illinois had that where you had a female and a male cop, and a woman has a knife, and they're in the parking lot outside of an apartment complex, and she goes less lethal. She goes taser, and she doesn't even deploy the taser, and he's yelling at her, taser, taser, taser. Doesn't deploy it, and then he winds up shooting and killing her. So it's itself in a shitty situation. We used less lethal shotgun once, and it was a guy who was barricaded. He barricaded himself in the bathroom. He had a knife. We had safety. We had massive distance. Long gun came out, beanbag round, boom, went in him. He dropped it. That was it.
Yeah, we watched a video on here on one of my lives. The beanbag round penetrated the chest and killed him. Yep. Holy shit! I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't have beanbag rounds where I'm at, so
you shoot somebody in the eye.
You've obviously never seen The Last Castle.
Oh yes, yeah, I have seen The Last Castle. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a movie. Like, apparently there's some truth to it. So, but yeah, and from what everybody's saying in the comments, everybody seems to pretty much agree. I don't see anybody pushing back. So, that's good. and this just came in from Michelle Levine back in Michigan. My mom. She says, I've got some nice crossbow arrows in my basement. If I had the crossbow, I could go bear hunting since they seem to be roaming my neighborhood lately. Yeah, there's been bears spotted near where my mom lives.
Backstrap is great. Backstrap is amazing.
She said, Lord help me. I have all the wildlife come in my yard, especially deer and wild turkey, raccoons, squirrels, chipmunks, snakes, and frogs. Now, apparently, she has bears. So, bear is delicious, by the way.
Yeah, it's the backstrap.
Bear is very good.
Yeah, especially if you get one that feeds on just berries, not fish. Ooh, it makes a big difference in the taste of the meat, guys.
Around here, they marinate the meat in milk.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
And it's delicious. It's greasy, but it's delicious.
Yeah, bear is a greasy meat, but it is so good. All right, let's go on to the next one here. This one's only 1:49, so let's see. Okay, so we're in a pursuit now. Did we lose Kevin? I just looked.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay, he's still here. So anytime we're in a pursuit, if you're wondering, like, what is going through the mind of an officer as he's going through a pursuit, my big thing is intersections and direction of travel. That's all I care about. So as I'm coming up here, I see a green light. So doesn't matter. I'm still checking my, left and rights. I'm slowing down slightly, even though it's a green light, just to make sure. But you have to clear our intersections. If this light were red, I'm slowing down a lot and making sure that intersection is clear.
Clearly, you are not Chicago police. They are, code or not code, they are the worst drivers on the planet. They have zero CPD. You have zero regard for human fucking safety when you guys drive.
So that is the mindset. And this looks like it could possibly be in my state, Texas. I see a Valero and an Arby's, which are common where I'm at.
I love Arby's.
Yeah, Arby's. They got the beef.
They're
the meat. Things that we're concerned about if they start driving on the wrong side of traffic.
Do you ever see pursuits, right?
Okay, they're about to crash.
Did I ever see what?
You've been in pursuits?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Isn't it amazing how I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but to see the way that your eyes work when the car is fleeing from you, you don't normally see a car driving that fast, especially in like residential areas. So when you have a car flee from you, it's an extremely surreal experience because you got your peripheral vision picking up the stuff at your rate of speed, but to watch that object just like jet away from you, it's a very, very weird thing that normal people just don't see.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of my most favorite and most hated things in police work. It's hard to explain. I absolutely hate pursuits, but I also love them. I don't know how to explain it.
Out. They just crashed out. Single vehicle at 12th Street.
Oh, they said he crashed out. I didn't even see it happen. I'm going to go back.
He's calm. I like that.
Let me,
That's training. If you're getting in a pursuit, keep yourself very calm because the
Yeah.
more hyped up you get, Sergeant Levine will say, terminate.
Because I have to go on your emotional stability as you're on the radio. And if you sound like you're losing control, it's done. I have to call it. So just the way it goes.
So getting back to a previous point, guys.
Oh, he did wreck out. I missed it.
Izzo, you asked me how the MVR changed the way I did police. I actually had to call out the right speed limits at that point.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. How fast you going? 35. Well, how come you're 3 towns over in 2 minutes? Well, it happens that way.
Right. Well, last time I looked at it, I was going 35.
Yeah.
All right. So this guy wrecks out. Now, here's the question. Do you go nose to nose? Do you come in and try to pin the driver's side door? There's all these different things that are going to be going through your mind. Me, personally, I am a pin the door type of guy. I don't want you getting out of that vehicle. I want you trapped.
They just crashed out. Single vehicle at 12th Street. On the run.
Oh, too late. He's already out. Now this is, oh shit. This is where the experience comes into play. Don't get out of your car unless you absolutely have to. Oh, he jumped the fence. It's kind of a pain. Oh, just break the fence. Come on, dude. That fence is weak. Yeah, there you go. Bust that shit down.
He's going westbound on foot. Westbound on foot.
That Kool-Aid man. That's what I'm talking about. I'm a fence breaking machine. I will go through everything chasing that person. So I'm going to go back. And I'm not just going to recklessly go through a fence, but I am going
a Danton and Highsmith guy?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You're a Danton and Highsmith.
Absolutely. So I see these planks coming out. I'm going low in the middle, and I'm going to just try to barrel through it. Like, literally. I'm not hopping the fence unless I can see.
He's going westbound.
I love this guy that comes in hot. Yeah, baby. Off his linebacker. Oh, here he goes. Bam!
That's one. So that makes up for the guy who couldn't punch through the window. Dude, that guy, that's awesome.
So this is where you got to be careful. We're cutting blind corners. Me as an officer, this guy for me is running uncomfortably fast around corners without clearing them first.
Tunnel vision. Yeah.
Now, to his defense, he's got an officer in front of him. If that guy's not firing, maybe I'm going to take him a little more reckless. But I've lost many a people because I play it safe. If I take a blind corner, I'm taking that corner slow because I don't want to get ambushed. Checking the back of the trucks.
Get on the ground.
Oh, we're trying to tase over the fence. Risky. I like it. Come on, buddy. Yes! From the top rope.
Don't hit it. Don't hit it. Put your hand on it.
He got tased.
Oh, yeah, look
That's
at probe.
He goes, ah! Don't hit it. Don't hit it. He's talking about the taser. He's across the leads.
Down.
My man just went off the top rope. That's legendary right there. I like it. So fences. Fences are a pain in the ass. I am, especially going through the hoods. It's much easier to go through them than it is to go over them. And unless it's a chain link, most chain links you can see over, and they're supposed to be about 4.5 feet. Typically they're like 3.5. They're never that.
Listen, I know I look like a gymnast, but my ability to hop fence is pathetic. And if anybody ever did videotape me doing it, it's not real pretty watching some guy that's 6'4", 230 hop a fence. It's just not.
You're 6'4"?
Damn.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Dang, bro, you should just be bounding over them.
I would have gone through. I'm telling you now, just to save myself the embarrassment of watching me try to yip my way over it.
Yeah. When he goes through, he comes down, he goes, oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Oh,
that was a good one, though. I like that one a lot.
I like that one, too. All right, let's go to the next one. And we'll end. We're at we're at an hour 40. We typically go about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So we'll cut it at 2 hours. But let's get through these. I've got 3 videos left. This is one of them. But let me get this up on the screen and share. There we go. Okay. Looks like we're in San Diego. If you guys aren't familiar with San Diego, in Native American, it means whale's vagina, of course, according to Anchorman. So
it's in German. That means whale's vagina.
Oh, is that what it is in German?
It's in German. Yes.
My bad.
Yes,
I thought he said Native American. Oh, my way's funny. All right, let's keep going.
29 I'm 10-4 on the pre-planned deployment.
I have a assist request from FD for a
Full fare vehicle occupied by 2 signal and passengers. See multiple units in the pursuit. Open tail on, please.
Okay, we've got Air 1 in the pursuit. Normally, you guys tell me if I've got Air 1 in it and they're like, we're on, I say, you call it. I make Air 1 call the pursuit so they can say what direction, all of that. Because when you're driving, you've got too much to think of. The helicopter pilot doesn't have to say anything. He's just flying, and he's got a spotter that's able to call everything out. So I like when Air 1 calls it. Is that how you guys did it?
This is Al Cowling's trying to get to OJ's funeral, though.
So is that what's happening? Is that what's happening?
What's happening? I saw this before.
Oh, really?
This is who?
Al Cowling. He's trying to get to OJ's funeral.
Is this a joke that went right over my head?
Yeah.
I thought you were joking.
Al Cowlings was the driver of OJ. Come on, guys, play Bronco.
I know that. I'm saying, is that really him?
No.
You fucker! You had me going. I was like, you know what they are? That's so ironic.
A from all dispatcher rolled out.
Hey, Blur, overhead. We can call it now. Still north on Morena.
Air 1's calling it?
Over here by the Bird Rock. Morena and Savannah.
Random. Are departments using drones yet, or is that considered?
Oh yeah.
Is that considered intrusive?
A couple of those units
No.
in the back. This is a dead end here,
No,
guys.
is it active or can they be proactive?
Is it what?
I know it's kind of off topic, but can a department use a drone just proactively, like on patrol?
Absolutely.
So people sunbathing nude outside in their backyard, and a drone goes over. Now,
Oh no! You can't go be looking in people's yards and stuff like that.
How do they? I know we're off topic here, but how do they utilize them then?
So typically, the way we utilize them is anytime we have an active call like this, I would deploy the drone if they unasked the vehicle. Now the drone's following them.
So it's not proactive. It's not like a drone.
Okay. I'm sorry. No, I don't believe it is. I don't believe it is a proactive thing.
That'd be pretty fucked up.
I think it's anytime you actually have a legitimate criminal call. So
just random.
He's looking for a spot to get out. Oh, we got a dog with us. Oh, there we go. Oh, the dog. Oh, no. Oh, he's got the meaty part under the arm. Sir, I would recommend you don't make any noises.
I'm sorry, it's fucking funny. This is a good dog bite.
That is a case of fuck around and find out.
Yep.
A lot of damn I never understood this. A lot of damn resources for one fucking car.
This is where a good air one goes away.
Yeah. Oh, is that beautiful?
The dog. Please, the dog. Oh, okay. Okay. Change the hand behind your back. Okay.
All right. So the argument's been made on the podcast before, not by me, but by people. Anytime I show dog deployment videos or dogs getting hurt in the line of duty, there are some people out there that think that using dogs is cruel. It's cruel to the dog. It's a barbaric. It's a worse use of force. They think it's a deadly force. What is your guys' opinion on use of canines?
So I think they're I'm a huge dog lover, okay? But
Me
you gotta
too.
understand dog needs a purpose. And that is not cruel. So what they're trying to do when people say that is they're trying to humanize a dog. When you treat a dog like a human, that dog will treat you like a dog. Okay?
Yeah.
That a working dog, it gives them purpose. You will see a true working dog just revel and be so proud that it did its job. There's nothing cruel about giving that dog purpose. You know, officers, we put ourselves, if we want to really humanize dogs, we put ourselves in danger. So let's humanize the dog. The dog gets to put in the same danger as a human. I think they're a great resource, and they're scary as hell resource.
Agreed.
I wanted the dog, never got it. They're fucking fantastic, but the only thing I don't like about it is they're department property, and it does suck. That's the one I've seen officers have the dogs taken away from them, fucking ruined them. That sucks.
Yeah, I'm a fan of using dogs. I am not a fan of releasing a dog on a known armed person.
No, I never understood why they do that either.
There's some departments that allow that. I think Vegas was one of the videos I posted where they released a dog on a guy armed with a knife. The dog got stabbed several times. Now the dog recovered, made it. They went above and beyond for that dog. I mean, helicoptered him to another veterinary hospital, get him taken care of, and the dog survived and went back to duty and all that stuff. It was a great video, but that's where a lot of the argument and pushback came from. Is people are like, you shouldn't be sending a dog in. And I didn't know enough about having a canine or using a canine. Me personally, I don't think I would ever send my dog in if I know the guy has a gun, if I know the guy has a knife, unless there were you know how it is. Shit's just happening. I had no choice. And I think throwing the dog in there is going to save a human's life. I'm not going to put that canine over a human being's life.
They're a great threatening presence. I think that if you had in there, I was on NIPUS, Northern Illinois Police Alarm System, and it was our version of SWAT. And when we had training, you know, I was a mobile field force, and our training days would be, our big training days would be like all 90 or 100 of us lined up, and we would have 12 canines from all the departments behind us going fucking ape shit. You knew they're on your side. You still were your asshole puckered and your hairs on your arms are going up. So I think on a dog on a call, that's a great kind of like attention payer.
Yeah.
Racking a shotgun. Same thing
Yes.
with racking a shotgun. You rack a shotgun, you're not really planning on firing that shotgun, but that rack is enough to bring people out. Now, you always play to your officer's strength. That dog's an officer. That dog's just like you or I. All right, so you play to your officer's strength. Let's say your partner was like Bruce Lee, and he was using nunchucks, right? So then you would bring in the nunchucks. There you go. There you go.
I like it. Exactly like Bruce Lee. I mean, let's face it, father of Kung Fu.
Big mistake, Izzo, for telling us you hate Bruce Lee.
Oh,
Big mistake.
that's oh fuck him.
Hey, I mean, he basically put Kung Fu on the map. So let's just is what it is. Is what it is, though. You know. I could do this all night. Now, I lost my whole train of thought. You fuckers.
What's cool is you talked about that the shotgun racking. That was one of the defining like reasons for like Aspen and Monadnock was that's psychological. When you shunk that right open, people go, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
So yeah, the dog's a great deterrent for that.
So be truthful. I'm asking both of you, be truthful. Have you ever barked on a open structure call, burglary of a building call, and said, come out now, we're going to release the canine, and you start barking? Yep. Have you ever done it? I've done it.
Yep.
No.
Yep. 100%.
I have never, it's never worked for me. I've tried several times. It's never worked. And when we searched the building, I never found anybody. But the times that we did find somebody in the building, I didn't bark, and I wish I had. Fucked up. But there's a great video in the woods where a guy goes in and he gives a legit dog bark. I think he sounded very accurate. He had a good dog bark impression.
Like Jones from Police Academy.
And the guy gives up out of the trees. He's like, all right, don't let it go. I was like, that's beautiful. Let me see here. What do we got here? Marine Bloods is on. He said, I lost my train of thought years ago. I haven't found it yet. All right. This is a longer video.
Was that a Hot Shots reference?
That might have been.
Lost my train of thought years ago. Lloyd Bridges, president. Oh.
Either that or when he was the admiral.
Yes. Thank you. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. All right, let's. We're still on the same video. I just want to see a different angle now that I know that there's more here.
Oh gosh.
Oh, look how happy that dog is.
Yeah.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up!
Covering his dog.
Hands up! Put your hands up! Hands up!
Have you guys ever seen what happens when a suspect starts punching a dog? You ever seen what the officers do? They go bananas.
Oh, yeah. You don't touch the dog.
Nope.
Which this shows you are perfectly capable of controlling yourself while a dog is biting that ass. Because this guy and the video that we saw earlier where the guy kept his own hands behind his back as he's being chomped on, you can listen to commands. So it's not an impossible feat. Now, if the dog latches a hold of your neck, maybe your genitals, that may be different. I understand that. And this dog did come up hot on the neck at the beginning.
That dog's got the shoulder. Ooh.
Yeah. So people may be wondering, like, well, why do they still have the dog on them? Because they don't have him in cuffs yet.
And sometimes it takes a while for the dog to let go.
Yeah. And that's another thing. Dogs you don't just say, out or whatever your command is, German command typically. Those they never work 100% of the time the first time you say it. That dog is just as amped as you are. Because the dog knows the game of biting a suit. Yeah. He doesn't know the game of biting into a real person. And believe it or not, the dog knows the difference. He's not dumb. He knows this is different. He knows your energy. He knows that the handler has a different energy. This is a different scenario for him. So that is why they don't tell that dog to even start letting go until they get him secured and in cuffs. Because as soon as that dog lets go, this person's faculties and ability to fight back are going to be instantaneous.
Here's one of the big benefits of pulling in a dog. So if a dog breaks the force continuum, are they going to send him to dog jail?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. All right. We've got 2 videos left. We got about 5 minutes left. So let's, I'm going to see what this video is.
Canines who've had the, titanium canine replacement.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, is that intimidating as shit?
I know. All right. This will be the last video. Let's get this guy up on the screen. This fucking fruit fly. Oh, did I not do it right? I did not. Sorry, guys. I got a new software program here. It's still Restream. That's what I'm using to broadcast, but they did an update, so I'm still not 100% familiar with it. All right, let's biggie size this. All right. Viewer discretion advice.
Emergency. Hello, the address is Dirk Court. There's there's a tweaker outside my house, and he has a knife, and he's threatening my husband. Do you know him?
All right, let's keep it at that.
Yeah.
I'll fast forward. Oh, that is a clear video. Fucking fly, dude. I'm gonna fucking rage. I don't know if you can see him on the camera, but he's here.
And fly no Jeet Kune Do.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
All right, he's obviously agitated. This is why having a firearm in your house is so important to me. I'm not going to risk my family safety. Okay, arriving to this, there's the whole old school 21-foot rule. Somebody's got a knife. The way that police used to be trained was you don't let them within 21 feet, otherwise they can get to you and stab you before you can pull your firearm out and fire one round. That has been changed to around 35 to 40-foot rule these days. So I want you, if you ever get the chance, pull out your tape measure and go measure off 40 yards or 40 feet and just see how far that is.
So it's close.
It's still too close.
The last video we did was the video on the cop who went to the storage unit and got stabbed in the neck.
Yep, absolutely.
That distance was closed.
Yep.
Where did he go?
So if I'm responding to a knife call, my gun is out.
Where's he at?
Everybody's gun's out.
Where's he at?
He ran that way. So can one save us the family?
Don't lock your doors. Give us 1033 subject.
Okay, so he just said, I think he's breaking the windows. So that's an important detail. He's not just a guy walking around with a knife. He's a guy that's posing a threat to all immediate civilians. So you have to go after this guy, and you've got to challenge him. I like my guys running a red dot.
He's young, so you know.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
Now, see, they got a dog.
Yeah, we talk about that.
Here.
I'm not letting my dog go.
Yeah, track him, though.
Track him, absolutely.
Police Department Canine. Come out with your hands up.
I'd have that dog barking his ass off.
That's a long lead.
That's good.
Alexander, this is the Modesto Police Department Canine unit. You need to come out with your hands up.
They know his
Surrender
name.
now.
I'm right behind you, bro.
That's scary, man. He doesn't even have his hand on his weapon. That's even more scary.
Here's police. Got yourself known.
I got him! Sarge!
In the car? Dax, here. Hang on, hold him. Here. Dax, here. Dax, here.
Do not move.
Here.
He got all the time in the world with that. If he's in the car,
Yep.
you got a car.
You got a barricaded subject. If it were me, I'm going to call SWAT. I'm going to call my SWAT unit out. I'm going to hold what I got. I'm going to try to talk to him, try to see if I can get him. Hey, put the knife down, come out with your hands up. We're going to keep trying that until I get SWAT out there. But that's where I'm not, I like where your head's at on that is I'm not going to push this.
Oh, there's no reason to. He's alone.
Yep.
You got 360 view of him. That's a Ford, so there's not going to be any tinted windows. You're good.
Yep. And you can keep those doors shut. Assuming he doesn't have a gun, you can keep those doors shut.
That door opens, kick it right the fuck shut.
Yep. Let's keep going here.
Hang on. Just hold them there. Hey, keep your hands up. Let me see them. Hands up. Both of them. Back up. There you go. Back up over there. Hey, if he does not comply, I'm going to send the dog on him.
Okay.
Keep your hands
I
up.
see. I don't know why that's.
See that?
I don't know.
Hey.
Yeah, there's no need to press it.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
I wouldn't even be opposed to being the guy that jumps up on the hood just to keep it. What's he going to do? Lunge through the windshield?
You have it that you have the outside of the door. You can wind up. You can control how much space comes out of him from the door.
Yeah.
I don't want to say this isn't. I'm our chair quarterback in this. It's easier. This is an easier situation to control him in.
Absolutely.
Pin in between the
Look where
door.
the guys- Look where the guy's standing. All right, so that guy opens the door. All of a sudden, he's either got to shoot through the door, or the guy's going to be able to take off to the rear of the car.
Right.
I don't understand his positioning right here.
I like keeping the known. I can see in and I can see your hands. That's what I'm concerned about is the hands. So as long as I got a good view of those, like I said, I'm a big fan of jumping up on the hood if I got somebody by the door to keep him inside.
Open the door. We need to go hands on. Get over here next. Open the door for me. Open the door. How'd you get in? Yeah. What's your name? That's it?
That's him.
All right. If you can open that
All right,
door,
now we got to worry about crossfire. Yep. Our guy went over and he's opening the driver's side door. I would have preferred to keep that door shut and keep eyes on his hands. That's me.
Hang on. You want to go around? Keep holding him.
Good weapon discipline.
Let me get down.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Of course, it's going to be the
Sorry,
female.
I use the Lord's name today to get it. This poor woman just got stabbed.
What do you got? I got stabbed in my arm.
Hold it. Hey, where are you stabbed?
Right here.
All right, from here we're gonna go with emergency first aid, buddy care, trying to use a tourniquet or whatever we may need to use, put pressure on the wound, but is what it is. But Izzo, relax.
Diversity, equity, inclusion strikes again.
That could have very easily been you or me. We could have got stabbed.
I wouldn't have let it. I would have.
But going back to what I was saying before, if her position was behind the door, then he wouldn't have been able to close that gap the way because she actually closed the gap for him.
Yep.
Seeing him coming out with a knife, she would have had a better view. That's my take on that. I just but again, like you guys, I would say just leave him there. Just let him sit there and cook in that hot car.
He would have fucking cooked.
Yeah. And every time you try to open that door, I just would have put my body up against it. You ain't getting out. You're staying right there until the guys with the shields get here and the ones that are made for this start dealing with it, or until I see that you put your whatever possible weapon you have down, throw it over to the driver's side. You stay over here on the passenger side and work my way from there. But yeah. But thanks guys. I think, unless anybody else has anything in the comments that they want to say on this, I appreciate everybody joining in. We did a little 2-hour live. It's a good time to cut it off. Izzo, let people know how they can find you.
Yeah, they can find me over on anywhere, social media, Dominic with a K, Izzo, Izzo. Or you can watch Monday through Friday live at noon Central, 1 Eastern, the Rants of Izzo show on Spreely.com. I have been doing more law enforcement stuff. I have a YouTube channel, Officer Dominic Izzo. You can join there as well too, but do not. You're going to be offended. That's just it. So go fuck yourselves.
Kev, let people know how to find the Suffering Podcast, brother.
All right, you got Suffering Podcast on Instagram, Real Kevin Donaldson on Instagram, Suffering Podcast on YouTube. I do just encourage everybody. I don't know if you guys both know. My partner recently just took his life. It's an unfortunate state of affairs. However, trying to put some purpose into this pain. go check out the Not Today video on our YouTube channel, and you'll see where the hope comes in. All we want to do is just try to give people one more day, because tomorrow could change everything. So as they say in Game of Thrones, and it's how I end every one of my broadcasts, it's what do you say to the god of death when they're telling you come this way?
Not today.
It's comfortable. It's just not today. Just not
I like
today.
it. Absolutely. And for me, Two Cops, One Donut podcast, obviously I've been having this thing scroll down here at the bottom the whole time. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Peregrine. I want you guys to go to Peregrine, like the Falcon, peregrine.io, and check them out. Let them know Two Cops, One Donut sent you. And if you're wondering, like, what the hell is Peregrine? Peregrine is basically the future of law enforcement. I don't know another way to put it, and I don't want to try to sit here and explain it because it would take a long time to explain all of the things that they're capable of doing. What I want you to do is be curious. I want you to say, yes, I want to improve law enforcement where I'm at. And I want you to go to peregrine.io, check them out, and just let them know that Eric Levine from Two Cops, One Donut sent you there. I promise you, I put my reputation on it. It will change law enforcement. There's nothing else like it. It's like DNA. When we got DNA testing, it's like fingerprinting. When we got fingerprinting, it will change the way the criminal justice system is known. So there's that. And then if you guys ever wonder all those little videos that I put out and I've got on my carrier, it's an old carrier. There's no actual plates in it. People are like, why are you wearing that carrier? Listen, that's my old carrier. It's just for a look. It's aesthetics. It's part of my persona for the Two Cops, One Donut. I have a badge that's on there and it looks like a real badge. It's not. It's made by Ghost Patch. Go to Ghost Patch, tell them Two Cops, One Donut sent you, and you will look at their new Flex Shield. And the Flex Shields are able to do something that no other shield patch is able to do. It looks like a metal badge, but it's flexible, and you can wear that on duty. So when you do ruin your badge from doing too much awesome police work and it gets all scratched up, this one's easily replaceable, and you can keep your nice badge nice and new for your Class A's, your Dress A's, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, check out Ghost Patch. Let them know I sent you. Other than that, boys, I appreciate you being on, Kev. Thanks for being here, brother. Dominic, as always, thank you for being on, bud.